This conference will now be recorded.
Well, good morning everyone. So yesterday we were discussed about what is React and where exactly, basics of React day before yesterday we were discussed, and how we can play with React online we have discussed yesterday, right? By using CodePen or Code Sandbox or StackBlaze or inside website also we have seen, right? And then after that I want to set up in our local also. For that purpose offline we have used either using create-react-app or by using Next.js also we have used, right? As we have seen there yesterday. Now using CDN files also we are able to access that application, that also we have seen yesterday, right? So that till that we have covered. Now would like to see JSX. What is JSX? Where exactly, why we have to use this JSX? What are the benefits we will be getting by using JSX? We'll see. So what is JSX? JSX is means JavaScript XML, and JSX is basically syntax extension only, not XML. Means whatever JavaScript features we have, all the JavaScript features are going to support in JSX, but along with some more additional features we will be getting. Those are we can write inside the JavaScript, write HTML also we can write. Someone, okay, let me note. Yeah, sorry, because you able to hear my voice? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So now what is JSX? We are trying to see JSX is JavaScript XML, and JSX is basically syntax extension of JavaScript only. Okay. And it helps us to write HTML inside JavaScript. Inside HTML, yesterday I have shown you already. So inside HTML or inside JavaScript, I can write it because of this JSX only. You can see this is the example. Yesterday we created this project, and if you want to see this output, what you have to do, you have to go to your application. And yesterday we have set up also, we install node, and we installed Visual Studio Code also, right? So now would like to see this one. Now need to run the application now by using command prompt. Let me start with this npm start command, so that we will be able to see defaultly it will be creating an port, and we will be able to see the output as well, right? This one yesterday we have covered. So in this place, if you observe clearly here inside pure javascript function, I am able to write the HTML code. How come? Because of JSX. This is one of the best feature we have in JSX. That's the reason only we are using main thing JSX, and JSX allows us to write the HTML in React. JSX makes it easier to write the add HTML in React. Allows us to write. Okay, this one same only. And why we are, you see, now we without using create, actually without using JSX also we can write HTML by using this create element. But and we have to append the childs also. But every time we have to write it. That is somewhat complex. To make our life easy purpose only JSX came into picture. So why we have to use JSX means JSX is faster than normal JavaScript, and it performs optimization also, and makes it easier to use for creating templates also. Instead of separating the markup and logic separating files, React uses components concept. Okay, and expressions also you can use it. Okay, type safe also. Okay, these are the benefits we have. It makes easier to create a templates also because we have this one, right? So if you write any HTML code, see now inside my JSX code, if I write one small syntax mistake also, HTML syntax, it will throw error. So we can see clearly. Okay, so this is one benefit. If you make one simple HTML mistake also, right away we can see our issue output. Okay, so that is the benefit. Okay, before compiling only, right away we can come to know, because our JSX will follow the standard. This is one of the benefit. Okay, so what is the difference between JS and JSX means? JSX is standard JavaScript only, JavaScript. JSX means along with JavaScript, we can write HTML syntax also. Right away, you can write it. That is a major difference. Okay. Now, if you want to learn anything about JSX, official world website, this is the URL. Let me show you this one also. Here nothing much they will give. I just want to show you. See that one I told you right yesterday. React.dev is the official website, but olden prior to React.dev we have this reactjs.org is the official website. Now it got deprecated. That's the reason legacy.reactjs.org. This is the JSX introduction. You can see here inside this variable, this we cannot say directly whether it is HTML code. This is pure HTML code, this is pure JavaScript code. Can we say both? Can we include directly like this? We can't, obviously. Normally pure JavaScript code you cannot write like this, but using this JSX I can, we can. Okay, that's the reason we are using this one. You can see, right? This is how we can define the variables, and you can declare that variable also. If you want to see the output of any variable values, yesterday I showed you, right, dynamically this curly bracket only we are going to use it. Simple curly bracket. In Java we are going to use system.out.println. Similar way in Angular we are going to use double curly bracket. In React we will be using one single curly bracket. In PHP we are going to use echo. In .NET we are going to use a console.log. Same way in our React, if you want to see dynamic values, we are going to use this single bracket. Okay, so that's it. That's what you can see, right? They have given the small brief introduction. Just want to show you what are the major differences. If you want to specify dynamically, you can use this one, and if you want to read any values also like this in the form of function also, I can get it. Okay, so this is old one. You can try by using code pen also. The same code you can try by using code pen also. Here you can see yesterday I have shown this code, right? Similar way, if you want to modify or maybe you want to change something else also, you can. Okay, so here I have a function format name. So this one I want to see, and also I want to display the user also. You can display the user also by using like this user. User, what is the values we have? User dot first name, right? Const const user only, user dot first name. Right away. Okay. Here rendering dynamically. Here, that's here you have to use specify because they are not using this one directly. They are specifying like this. That's the reason. User dot first name. You have to specify like this. Then you will be able to, because this is they have specified in this directly. They have written. So that's the reason. User dot first name. If you specify, we will be able to see that particular name. Last name, if you want to see also, you can specify whatever name you are going to specify. Dynamically any object values, if you want to read it, you can read it like this. So the values you may change it here. Okay, inside the function only, maybe here maybe it's universe or something like this, and you can say play here. Just you will be able to see that values here. Okay, so that values like anyway you can play with this JSX code. You can play here also. Yesterday I showed this online tool. You can play with JSX code also same way. Okay, any expressions if you want to display also, you can display like this. Dynamical expression values or any expression, I mean to say, for example, this is my output of Angular, right? So we have seen localhost 3000 is the output. I'm able to see this output. Now in this place, let me show you. I don't want to see this stuff. I want to play with some expression. Okay, hello Srinivas or something. I want to keep it. Okay, so I want to see this one. I'm able to see. But if I want to keep some expression, some calculation also, 45 into 45, how much? I don't know. I want to see that one. That also possible. Or maybe something, some multiply by what is 4 by 4, what is that one, I want to see 16, like that I can able to see properly. So without writing any function, right away small calculations you can do by using this expression. Okay, so this is also possible in using JSX. Using JSX it is also possible. Okay, dynamic values also possible. Okay, and you can see this is the these two things are official website URL, legacy URL, legacy website URL. Okay, official website only, we are not going to keep our own things. I'm just showing you official website itself. Okay, any links if you want to assign also directly you can assign like this one any object values. Okay, this one variable you can assign all the stuff, and that variable you can declare like this, so that I am able to access that particular link also. Okay, so this is one thing. A specified child component is NJSX also. Child component. Here you can see child element. I want to say parent injection attack. You can see here parent values if you want to print it, not this one. Respective object. See, normally if you don't want to use the JSX pure JavaScript, if you want to use it means every time I have to write like this. Okay, normally this output how we are writing, this is JSX code. If you don't want to write like this, if you want to write pure React code means JS JavaScript code means every time I have to write like this. Every time the same code I have to write like this. To make it life easy purpose only, we are using JSX so that it is easy for us, simplified, and we can play. That's what here. Simple, nothing much here. Rendering, how we are rendering. Okay, this one only, nothing much. In JSX, they have given this much introduction only, official website itself. Okay, in depth also some questions they have given, but this is also interview questions, nothing much. You can see now just official website how much extent they have given in JSX I want to show you. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so instead of keeping like this, see now I want to display this much code. Instead, if you don't want to keep like this means you have to write like this react create element. Every time we have to specify like this. Instead of that you have to use this one JSX, so that easy for us. You don't need to put much effort, right away you can directly write how we are writing in our HTML code, we can directly write it. Okay, so that's what I mean to say. Now we just want to show you here few examples so that we can get clarity. Official website links also I just mentioned, that's what I want to show you. See their official website, even you can see legacy URL, right? If you go to react dev also, nothing much, you can see JSX, they will not mention that much, but they're asking us, you can see now this is one. Okay, putting markups, you can see instead of keeping like this you can directly answer like this. Okay, and mm, no, converting HTML into JavaScript JSX. Okay, so pure images, we can write a pure HTML code like this. All this code directly if you want to access in function you can specify inside the return only. Always we have to specify inside return in a functional component. In class component render method we have, that will show you. Okay, here you can see render, here you can see all the method functional components. Output I am expecting from the return only, right? So always all the HTML code we are going to specify inside the return method only. Okay, this is online tool you can see, and you can modify also. Okay, and output also you can see clearly in the below. Okay, so some connection, some backend data, this image problem, so that's why it is showing error. Okay, no issue. Hmm. See this example, you can see the output, right? So like see we have to follow, these are the rules. If you want to use JSX we should follow these rules. Okay, so return always one single root element, I mean to say one return. What is the rules you want to follow me? See, I have this line of code, right? Okay, no issue. I can't, I want to maintain one more line. Okay, so for example, I want to keep S3 tag. Hello, how are you or something. I want to keep it. How are you? I want to display. Can I? How are you? If I try to see, I'm unable. Why? Because our JSX always will return one element at a time. This is the one drawback they have covered also. Our JSX will return always one element at a time. So if you see now, I'm not able to see the output. You can see error also coming. I'm unable to see this output. If you want to make it work, what you need to do now, you have to call inside one tag. All this component code you have to specify inside one tag only. Then we will be able to see. Okay, what we have done, simply we have specified all the things in one element. I mean to say any component will return only one element at a time. Any component will return only one element at a time. So what happened, JSX has one drawback. Because of that reason we have to specify unnecessarily one element. So think about one component means one development, fine. Think about multiple components unnecessarily, as React has JSX has one drawback. That's the reason the unnecessarily DOM element is getting increased or not. Mean to say, here you have seen, right? This is called DOM. So as of now, one component, okay, no issue. But think about 100 components are there. So all the 100 components, 100 divs are getting extra added. Here you can see, right? For this component I have this one extra. This div is only because of this one, otherwise I may not keep, right? Okay, see, now I thought of keeping outside one by one, but I'm not able to get it. Okay, let me keep one more line also, maybe p tag hello or welcome or something like this I'll be keeping. And here I don't want to keep div, I want to keep p tag, or maybe I want to keep h3 tag. Okay, let me keep something else. Okay, so that h4 maybe I'll keep, because I want to access, see, something like this. So what, some tag should be there, then only you will be able to access, otherwise you cannot see all the things together access, right? Now I don't want to put bold, I want to keep individually. Can I? Directly you cannot access. See, like this I'm trying to access, will I get access? I'm unable. Able to see or not? I have 3 lines of code, I want to access individually, I am unable, because our JSX has one drawback. Always this will return one element at a time. It can be any tag, we don't care, but always it will return one element at a time. So that's why always we have to place inside one tag. How much use content it may be, we have to place inside one tag only. Okay, then only we will be able to access. So what happens, JSX has one drawback, right? To overcome this one, React team introduced one concept called React fragments concept. React team introduced a concept called React fragments concept. What do you mean by fragments concept? Means instead of unnecessary this one, see, now I'm able to see this code, and you can see h4 tag we were able to see, right? Okay, so instead of this h4 extra adding, right? So instead of this one you can remove like this, so that what happens now, unnecessary tag will not be there. See, now I'm able to reduce one DOM structure, and unnecessary tag is not there. I'm able to see all the code properly. Okay, so DOM change happen or not, so unnecessary DOM will not happen. So the drawback got covered now. Either you can keep this one, this is called React fragments. Okay, or you can keep directly like this fragment. You can keep like this also. Both things are same. Either you can keep like this, or you can keep like this also, fine. Okay, let me, I have to import it, right? That's why just let me import this one. Okay, so this one latest feature, okay, that one every time you have to import it, but you can see, right? So reactor fragments, you see, now see, if it is small feature we have, means why we'll go for big one? As I have less syntax, I'm able to access with empty tags, same thing, same feature. So why we'll go for this big much name? If I miss any mistake, syntax mistake also, I will get error. Why we'll keep most of the time, real time we'll be keeping this one. In any component always it will return, right, one element. So that's why we have to use this React fragments concept frequently. Real time we will be using these fragments only, so that what happens, unnecessary DOM structure will not there. Not only one component, multiple components, real time, think about big components, hundreds of components, 100 developments are p tags or h3 tags are getting increased, right? To overcome that one, React fragments concept came into picture. So that is one of the rule. You can see in our React official website itself, they are mentioning always it will return one single element. So that's why we have to place this div. Unnecessary this div is having extra. That's why what happens, they are asking us to use in fragments concept. That's what I discussed just now. Okay, There is a drawback. There is a rule we have to follow to overcome that one purpose. They are asking us to use this React fragments concept. This empty bracket is called fragments. Okay, so fragment concept we will be calling. That is one thing. And one more rule is we have to close. Open tag should be closed by empty. I mean, whenever you are opening any tag, you should close the tag. Even if it is self-closing, also you should close that one. Okay, so that's what a master. You can see now, if I open any tag, you should close that one, otherwise I'll get error. Second rule, first rule, always it will return one element, so that's why we have to place one element only. Second rule is we have to mention whenever you are opening, because our JSX means JavaScript XML. XML will follow XML syntax always. Whenever follow one rule, that is open tag is there means it should close. It should close. Without closing it will not go. That's why we have to follow. It is our JSX will support XML format, XML rules. So whatever tag you are opening, you should close that one, otherwise you will get error. Okay, you should close that one. So any tag if you are opening means you should close it. Okay, that's the reason we are opening here and we are closing, and we are opening here any tag you are opening and it will be closing, otherwise it will throw error. Okay, close all the tags, that's what I mean to say. Okay, fine, this one I think you can see, right? Close all the tags, whatever tag you are opening you should close it, otherwise it will throw error. See now, self closing tag also you should close it. Okay, so self closing br tags or something image tags, br tags, we should close it. Third rule is camel case. Almost all the components we should keep it starting with camel case. Okay, mean to say always all the classes names. See now, class normally in other languages, Angular, Java, PHP, anywhere, if you every HTML tag will have a property called class property or style attribute. Okay, every HTML have a property called style. Okay, to apply the styles purpose. Every HTML tag will have a property called class. But in our React, I cannot use directly class. I have to use class name only. Okay, this is one of the JSX feature. We have to use JSX rule. Okay, so this one we have to follow. Okay, in our JSX, these are the things we have. It will return the HTML code. That's the reason we are going. First, why we are learning, why should we use JSX, we came to know. What is JSX, we came to know. And now what are the rules we need to follow while playing with JSX. I am just showing you official website only. We are not writing our own things. Okay, you can see also. Okay, so these are the three things we should remember, and while creating components also we should follow the camel case only. Okay, every component, observe please, normally pure JavaScript files we will be writing like this, all are small letters. Pure JavaScript file will write like this. But whenever we are creating our own JSX files or our React components, we should follow the naming convention capital letter, because we are writing inside here HTML code. If you write normal file like this, every browser JavaScript engine can understand this file will treat as like a normal JS file. This file will treat as like a normal JS file. So whatever syntax if you have that one, if any errors are there, it will right away throw. But if I keep camel case letter, what will happen? Every JavaScript engine can understand, okay, even though this is a JS file, I should treat this one as a special because it contains something new feature. For that reason, our React team and JSX team is suggesting us to follow the naming convention as a camel case. First letter should be first uppercase. Any component in our React application, if you are creating, first two letters should be uppercase, so that any JavaScript engine can understand, okay, even though this is JavaScript file, we have some other specific syntax, so we should treat that one as separate, special. Okay, then only you will not get error, otherwise you will get error. That is also we have to follow. That's what camel case letter means. Got it or not? Okay, so any component, now we will be creating, tomorrow onwards we'll be creating multiple components. All the components we should be keeping camel case letter only. Okay, that's what I mean to say. Now I think everyone clear, right? So this is what I mean to say. Now you can see curly bracket also I just shown you. So for more information you can use this one also. Just I mean basic things I want to show you. So I will be keeping this URL also for our reference purpose. Though once you know the basics now, you can go this one, you will get more clarity. Basics if you don't know and try to go this one and you will not get understanding, I'm sure. Okay, so that's why I will be letting you know. Then after reference variables, you reference URLs, you please go through it. You will come to know more in depth. You can understand easily also. Okay, so let's see one example. So now you can see, right, without using JSX, if you want to write the one is if you want to write an HTML code like HTML element like this, you have to write this much code. Okay, so like a let variable equal to like this one. If you want to see const element equal to h1 tag, I don't use JSX h1 tag. If you want to get this output like this, you have to write this much code. Okay, so somewhat complex, right? Because of that reason, what we are doing is just we are keeping JSX, so that easy, right? I can directly write inside the HTML code. Not no need to keep element and all the stuff. Right away I can write it over here, so that I am good. Previous example also we have seen. Any confusion, stop me, no issue. I'm just letting you know. Any confusion, please stop me. We are trying to understand JSX features. What are the JSX features we have? Okay, why we are writing like this only? Why can't we write like the other way? Like some people may have some question. So these are the JSX standards. So we have to follow that one. If you want to write, if you don't want to use JSX, you want to write like this. Okay, then you can write like this. Somewhat complex, right? One variable, okay. Think about real time multiple variables. Every time I have to write create react dot create element, react dot create element like that. I mean somewhat complex. The if I miss any parameter syntax also we are gone. We'll waste a lot of time. So instead of that, directly if I write like this one line of code, one word, I find we will be able to achieve it. Okay.
Means in any of the tags, in between the tags that should be coded,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I mean, we can write the return method in functional components, return method in class components, render method. We are going to specify directly HTML code. That if you want to write directly HTML code like this, you have to go for JSX. If you don't want to use JSX, you have to write each and every word purpose. You have to write like this.
Means like create element like a SOP, how we will
Yeah.
be writing in Java in that way.
Yeah, same output. Now I want to get this output. For this purpose, you have to write this much code.
Okay, okay.
Simple as it is. Now only one word fine. Think about big paragraphs I want to display. I want to display
Ye-
some images. I want to display some alignments also. Somewhat complex or not. One word
Yes, yes.
easy. Oh, yeah, what will happen? Nothing, nothing. But think about big pages I want to develop. Every time if you want to write React, that create element means we will get bored first. Agree or not? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, right.
why,
So it
yeah,
should be
that's the
embedded.
reason.
It
Yeah.
should be embedded in the open tag and the close tag. Those all things.
Exactly. That is one of the rules. JSXML. JSX means JavaScript XML. So obviously we
Yeah,
should open whenever we are opening, it should close it. Otherwise, it
close.
will throw error right away. In the while developing itself, it will throw error. You can see also. For example, I prepared by p tag. I forgot to keep closing. I am getting error. You can see now. Maybe and if you open this one and if you forget to specify also, it will throw error. Okay, all the time we have to specify. Otherwise, it will throw error again. Okay, that
Yes,
instead
yes.
of writing like this, if you don't want to use JSX and you want to go ahead with me, this one go ahead with, there is no issue, pure JavaScript code, it will work. But that is somewhat complex. That's the reason we are using JSX, so that it will make our life easy. See now right away I'm creating a variable and I'm able to access it. See now for example this variable I have. Okay, so I want to access this variable. So what I'll do, I'll just come here and I'll print this variable. Okay, this variable I want to see. What you can do, simply you can come here and you can print it over here. I'm good. So my element, right? Something. So I'm just specify this in my element. I'm good. I'll be able to access total HTML code right away without putting much effort. I think we have made some mistake. Let me see. Yeah, class name I have specified, but I did not mention the class name. That's the reason. Okay. 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 What happened? Compilation issue. Okay. Let me compile one more time. Compile CLS. Yes. npm. Then start. By default port is micro edge browser, so that's why it is open. But why we have one more error? Okay, p tag closing wrong. If you observe here, p tag
Hmm.
closing wrong. That's why. See now HTML right away. Whatever errors are there, right away we were able to see, and I'm able to see that value, right? So you can see what happened previously. I'm normally in pure JavaScript. I can keep some variable like this, and I can define some value, and I will be able to access that value. That's what we know, right? But now what happens, instead of like that, I can directly assign the HTML code right away, and I'm able to access that one. Agree? So dynamically, I'm able to access right away. Whatever HTML code I have, I can directly right away access. Expresses in the form of expression like this. Okay, and because of
Yes.
JSX only, otherwise you cannot. If you don't use JSX, you cannot. Even though I am specifying JS only, I did not specify JSX. But how come it is working? Because ultimately my Babel compiler is going to compile this code, and it is going to convert into JavaScript only. That's the reason only I'm able to see the output. Otherwise I can't. This directly cannot be understood by any JavaScript engine. Every browser has JavaScript engine, right? That directly it cannot understand. As I did mention this A capital letter, so that's why it will treat as separate specific, and a compiler will compile this code so that you will be able to see output. Okay, how come it is going to compile means you can see index.js file we will be specifying here. We are going to mention this one, and application compilation time we are will be mentioning all the thing how it will be compiling. I will explain this one. I don't want to mess up. So you can see here we will be running npm run start. We did specify, right? That time this script is going to be command. This command is going to be executed. Okay, inside this we will be having that Babel compiler. You can see Babel compiler also will be there with us. Okay, so we'll discuss this one. Don't worry. We'll take up today. We'll concentrate on JSX. I'll explain those things later. You can see now just any JSX code we have to specify like this. Okay, perfect. Next one, what happens now? And you can see any HTML code, multiple lines. I think we have covered this one, right? Multi lines of HTML code. If you want to access right away, you cannot. We have to specify one div tag, rp tag, or any element. Then only we can access. If you don't want to use like this, what you can do? In like this, a fragment concept, you can use it. Your wish. Okay, that we should for remember. XML rules, that's what I told, right? XML rules, this is the rule in the official website we have seen. Now I'm just seeing on our material. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so you can see closing tag must be, and closer to JavaScript apps. Why we have to follow means it is following JSX XML rules, and camel case also we have to follow. We should use the camel case format. Class instead of class, I have to use class name only. Instead of tab index, I have to use tab index I only. Camel case letters only we have to use it. Okay, and the username must be capitalized. I told you, right? Every component, whatever user we are going to create, tomorrow onwards we'll be creating multiple components, multiple functionality purpose, multiple components. It may be functional component, it may be class component, we don't care. But any component we should specify capital letter only. That's what I told just now. Okay, so first letter should be capital letter. Whatever name you may keep, we don't care. But first letter should be capital. It may be JS or JSX also fine. There is no issue at all. Okay, fine. Another thing, you can see lowercase, you can specify this is okay. The string letters, I just told you, right? If you want to pass some data to another component, for example, I have one data. This is my app component, root component. Okay, here we have this data. You want to pass it to someone else. Yes, you can. So for that I have to create one more component. Maybe first component like that I can create it. Okay, first letter only capital letter. This is the standard we need to follow. Okay, then only that syntax will work. Otherwise, you will get error. Okay, so that's why I just following the same standard. I'm following the same syntax also. I don't want to mess up. So you can see now. Maybe I'll take this total thing. I'll remove whatever not required. Okay, so first I'll be placing this one. I don't require all this stuff. I'll remove, and maybe I'll keep first component. This is the unique one. I want to access all this stuff, right? So I'll be keeping like this 5 rst first component I want to access. So this content can be anything. Now maybe I don't want to keep all this stuff. I want to access whatever going to key receive. Okay, my first component content. Okay, so I want to receive some data. Here I have to call it. Okay, okay, so I'm expecting some props. I'm receiving. So now here you can see I'm m name, right? So here for example I want to access that parent class. Here I have the value date. So this data I want to access in the child component also. First component I'll be calling. I mean, you can pass it to your child component also. That's what I mean to show. And you can pass m name equal to my element. Okay, so we have the data in app component, and I am calling inside child component and passing this data. Now if you try to see the output, you can see we did not import it. Hmm. You see, right? I'm able to access in the first component also. I'm able to access in app component also. See now, first component content. After that, I'm able to access same data. Parent component also I have the data, and the same data I am not declaring in functional component. I am trying to receive it in the functional component. Parent data like that I'll mention. Parent data colon enter. Now after that you can see now. You will be able to see clearly. Okay, so parent data after that I'm able to see. This is child component. I mean parent component we have. Child component also I'm able to receive the data. Not only that, any data you may pass it, I'll be able to receive it. Okay, so that is also possible. If you want to pass any data, you can pass it like this. The same component I may pass different data also. How can we pass? If it is static data also, for example, see now here app component, inside we are calling dynamic value. Here this is dynamic value. Maybe I don't want to pass dynamic value, I want to pass static value, maybe react training or something like this. You will be able to receive that also. String value also I'll be able to receive. Okay, string value also I'm able to receive. It may be dynamic value, it may be object, it may be string value also. If you want to pass like this also fine, or you can pass like this string inside curly bracket also fine. I directly mentioned like this. Okay, all the options I'm just showing you. See now, either you can pass like this or you can pass like this, like a dynamic value, right? We may think, right, we can pass like this. Both things will work fine.
If I want to pass object from here, so how I can pass object?
Exactly. So that's what you can see here. Multiple. I'll show you. But as you said, I have an object. So that object you can key. You will have. You can assign to one variable, right? That variable name you can directly mention like this. My element, my address. Okay. Let me show you that one as well. Think we have other option examples. Okay. Think here below only we have some example. Let me show you that one also. Okay, so nothing, I mean, what I mean to say here is key value. Maybe let me change this one. All I don't want to mess up. Yeah, okay. So my data or maybe name Srinivas. This is what you are saying, right? Age. Okay, object will be following like this. Okay, so now this total object you want to pass it. You can pass it here. My element or something else, whatever name you want to keep it. Just for our understanding purpose, I just mentioned. So now if you try to see the output, you will not able to see right away. You can see now. You cannot see. What you need to do, we have to mention that particular parent name. So we are passing this name and we are passing this object, right? So here I have to specify the name. Here I'll be mentioning the name, and in my child component I'll try to read the age. Okay, I'll try to print it age here. Okay, prop dot m name dot age I'll be printing here. See, right here Srinivas I'm able to see, and yes I'm able to get it in my child component. And if you want to print it here, yes, name also, yes you can. Your question clear?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, name also I'll be able to get it. Just for our understand purpose, real time we'll see, but one parent data if you want to access in child component, you can pass it also. How you can pass it, I'm just showing you how many ways. If it is static also, you can pass it like this. If it is dynamic also, you can pass it a curly bracket, or if you want to put some condition less than also, fine, no issue. Okay, these are the options we have. You can pass it. We will go in depth, but these are going to support by JSX. That's what I mean to say. All these are supported by JSX. So that's why we are directly able to utilize in our JS file only. We can write all these conditions and a ternary operator also. Okay, and you can say, you can see now auto attributes we can pass how many you want. Actually, in our case, we are passing only one property. Okay, for example, I want to pass multiple properties. Okay, that also fine. You will be able to access. In our React, we have a concept called state and props. Props means shortcut comma for properties. So that is going to be support for us. So using that one, I'll be able to access. If it is one value, directly instead of using these props also, I can directly mention yum name dot yum name, right? Yum name dot age. You can directly specify like this. Okay, or you can directly yum name you can mention. That is also going to support for us. That time I cannot use props, so I have to directly use like this. We'll show you all these things. Will show you, just letting you know. If it is only yum name I want to access, because small one, if it is big values, I have to use props, because as of now, one example, one attribute, one object only. Think about real time, we will be passing multiple values, multiple big objects also. That time we'll go for props, but now as we have only one value, I'm able to access that also. Same thing, instead of keeping props, I can directly access. Am I clear? But some, because this is new syntax, you may get somewhat confusion, but what I mean to say is, I'll show you all this stuff, but what I mean to say is our JSX will support like this. That's what I main intention. We will see practical examples, where exactly we are going to use. Real time I'll show you. Okay, so one of our friend asked, so that's why I just shown you. Okay, so just you can see clearly. Okay, so this is how we can practice. Okay, just all these things are supported by J6. That's what I mean to show you today. Okay, so we will be using all this stuff. Now we can see spread operator. This is called rest parameter. Okay, three dots is called rest parameter. If I call inside the function, one of the popular interview question is, what is the difference between rest and spread? Rest operator and spread operator. Both rest and spread operator indicate syntax is three dots only. Rest operator also same three dots. Spread operator also same three dots. Way of usage is different. Spread operator we will be using in our React application, Redux application frequently. Frequently we will be using spread operator in our real-time Redux application. Along with Redux, we are playing with React, right? That time we will be using frequently this spread operator. Then what is the difference between rest and spread operator means? Rest operator means inside the function, the same function, if you want to use multiple parameters, I am passing this method, I am specifying two parameters only. Normally if I want to call this method, two parameters if we pass, we are good. But now my requirement is I want to call the same method. This time I may pass 3, this time I may pass 10, this may be top, I may pass 100, I may pass 200 also. I don't know how many I want to pass it. That's where exactly we are going to use this spread operator, sorry, rest parameter, so that how many parameters you may pass to this function it will support. And you can access in the form of array. Okay, so b of 0, if you want to access this value, b of 0, if you want to access this value, b of 1, if you want to access this value, b of 2, like that how many values you may pass, we don't care, we will be able to access it. Okay, let me show you if you want, and let me show you this example clearly so that we can see clearly. Okay, so let's create a first.js file only, or maybe app component only, I'll keep it so that you not get confused. Okay, let me remove all this stuff. Okay, let me keep this one, sorry. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is just inside this function component, or we can create one separate component and we'll try to access, that will be fine. Okay, because this separate function, right? So now maybe rest example, or maybe yeah, rest ex dot js file, I'll create it. Okay, in this I'll be keeping this one. Okay, so now what is my intention? I just want to access this one. Okay, so what I'll do is just I'll be mentioning this one and I want to access this output. How can we do that one? May simply I'll be accessing like b of 0, b of 2, like this, because here this is not required, in this not required. Now you can see, right, this is how we will be accessing. Now if you want to access this output, yeah, this is pure JSX, pure JavaScript only. So let's keep this one inside this one, because instead of keeping another call of the changing app component only, we'll keep this one. Okay, and we'll try to call this in here only. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, console.log we have mentioned, so we will not, we will be getting directly, it will be showing in the console only. You see, right, I'm able to see this 80. 1 minute. Yeah, unfortunately this all these are 80 values only, so let's change it to 60, 150, like that, 230. Okay, 160, like this I'll be adding, so that you will see the difference. You got it or not? You able to see or not? So what happens? The same method but different values I'm passing, even though I'm able to access it. How come? By using this rest parameter. Easy, simple understand purpose. These three dots only. Now the same three dots, if I use arrays inside method, means rest parameter. If I use the same three dots inside arrays, means that is called rest spread operator. Why we have to use in arrays? Concatenation purpose, concatenation purpose. You see, right here, you can see now this is my array. Okay, so if you want to see in this place, I'll be keeping this arrays. Okay, and I want to print this array. Okay, so console.log only I'll do, better, you don't want to, no need to mess up. Okay, or you can call it also your wish, here I can call it. Okay, if you are thinking, okay, first only I'll call so that I'll not mess up. Okay, okay, top only, so that we can see first final array. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I have an array, I have another array. Okay, so these two arrays I would like to keep it, concatenate it, something else, I don't know, whatever values I'm going to pass it. So these two values I want to concatenate. What I'm using, same three dots, same three dots, but here I'm using like a spread operator inside array I'm using. So previously we used to use concat method or assign operator, but now we are going to use three dots, latest ES6 syntax. These two features are ES6 features. Even concat also will work fine, but latest easiest one is this one. So we will be using these three dots. Real time people will use also. So any updating purpose, any object updating purpose, concatenating purpose, we are going to use this one. So let me show you this output as well. Able to see or not? All the values I'm able to get it or not? Here you can see all the values I'm able to get it. All the values I'm able to concatenate is also. Okay, if you want to read it one by one also, yes, you can one by one value. If you want to read it, you can. Or loop, we have to use map method to loop it. That we will see. I don't want to mess up. So whether we are able to get it or not, I just want to show you. I able to see or not. Okay, if you want to read one by one value, we have to use map method. That we'll see later. I don't want to mess up. Okay, here my main intention is here the same three dots here. If I use arrays or objects also, not only arrays, objects also, if I want to concatenate two objects also, we will be using this spread operator. Real time frequently in our real time application, Redux plays most of the time we will be using this spread operator. Please remember this one. Frequently, anywhere if you are seeing this one means updating purpose, concatenation purpose, we are going to use this one. Okay, any object if you want to update also, we will be using this spread operator. For example, I have one array. Okay, to this array I want to append some 999 value or maybe 888 value. So I want to concatenate these two things. Yes, you can. By using this spread operator, you see, right, you will be able to get the 8899. You see, 9988, because just all are concatenating, just separation purpose I'm adding. You got me or not? So if you want to update existing array or update existing values, okay, it may be array, it may be object, we will be able to update by using this spread operator. Easy syntax, right? You don't need to put much effort. Agree? And one of the popular interview question also, what is the difference between spread operator, what is spread operator, what is rest operator, where exactly we are going to use it. Okay, perfect, done. So next thing is spread operator attributes. I just mentioned, right, already theory part. You can see, for example, I want to read these two attributes also. Yes, you can. Okay, you will be able to access it. Props also, see now, multiple values I have, I want to pass in the form of props. So that page also I'm using, see, object values. One of our friends just now asked. So if you want to pass multiple also, you can pass it like this. Okay, so that I will show you, but just remember, you can see, right, object updating. Just now arrays updates I found the same update, object updating. Okay, so existing object. Okay, that's also fine. So and in events also, if you want to perform also somewhat different actually. So previously normal in pure JavaScript, we will be writing the events like this. On click event normally like this, or capital letters also, there is no issue. In pure JavaScript we will be writing like that. Here also we will be writing like this, no issue. But right side what happens now, you can see here, normally in JavaScript we will be calling the function like this, like submit method or something like this. Like this we will be calling. In our case we will not directly call like that, we will be calling curly bracket. Using curly bracket we will be mentioning, inside this I'll be calling any method, not required any functional also. Here directly, instead of calling that method directly, they have mentioned that response. Arrow function also, see, arrow function, this one is called arrow function, and printed this console, nothing else. Okay, some functionality, some event I want to perform. When I click on that one, I want to perform this action. So instead of writing separate function, they have directly written inside the inline. This is another example. Let me show you this one also. And you may write same line like this also fine, or you can write inline also. I mean to say, in the HTML code, in the JSX file, what happens here, you can write same line also, or you can enter also in the same code. For example, the static data is there, maybe I don't want to keep like this, I want to keep like this also, fine, it will work. It will give same output, it will give the same output, no issue. Okay, that purpose I just mentioned here, like this hello world, like this also fine, this is also fine. Okay, like this gap if you give also fine, it will be taken care by Babel compiler. We don't need to worry, normal gap will not come, normal only we will be getting. And self-closing also, see now, even if you call to any components, I have created this component. Okay, app component, first component also we called. So if you don't want to call like this, you want to call it self-closing also fine, it will work. I can remove this one. You got me or not? I can keep it like this also fine, no issue. Okay, so that's what I mean to say now. First component I can call like this, self-closing also fine, it will work. Same output I'll be getting. There is no issue at all. Okay, perfect. Another thing, I just all the scenarios I have just mentioned theory part also. Just want to let you know. Okay, so if you want to loop items, we will be specifying like this. I'll show you that looping map method we will be discussing tomorrow. I don't want to mess up now. Okay, so you can see this is also fine. Property message also I just shown you. You can see, right, looping, this is what I mean to say. Array of values I have, I want to print that array values. In our React we are going to use map method to display array of values. Okay, if you want to see this output, yes you can. Okay, let me show you this one for our understand purpose. Okay, so I'll take this one, and maybe we have created this one, right, rest example. In this I'll be placing. Okay, what is called rest example, right? Export default also I'll be mentioning. Export default, and this one. Now you please observe here, this is what I mean to say. Now I want to access this one, so what you can do, you can mention here. Now along with this final array, first one I'll top only, I'll just print it. Br tag I'll be specifying. Okay, and top of this one I'll be mentioning rest example, right? I'll just specify this one, specify, and we'll try to see the output. I did not import it, seems it is not imported. We have to import it because I'm trying to access inside this component, so I should make it as imported item. Okay, line number 5 we have some error in line number 5. Let's see. I have an array of values. Okay, line number 5 to loops, and one by one message I want to read it. Okay, this is I'm printing in the one item component. Let's see, directly will print in li tag. I don't want to mess up. Okay, we'll see now. You can see, right? Okay, I need to print it over here. I don't want to make more complex, so I want to make it simple like this. Done. No, self-closing we have kept, that's the reason. Able to see, right? Whatever values we may have, all the array values individually, one by one we will be able to get it. Okay, one by one we will be able to get it actually. That's what I mean to say. Clear? So this is how, this is the one thing we have all this stuff. Okay, so any array values, if you want to use for loop also, we will be able to get it for loop. You can also use it, but most of the time we will be using map method. Okay, so that's what I meant to say now. Okay, cool. Okay, these are the things we have. And if you want to display any if you use this for false or null also, undefined also, not this will not re-render at all. Okay, so that's what I mean. So now props, and if you want to put some conditions also, we can put it over here in our history, in our render method itself. In our render method itself, if you want to put some conditions also, we can keep it. Okay, so that also fine. You like this, you can keep it. That I will show you. In our real time we will be keeping. I mean to say, here we are having, right, if you want to put some condition when you want to display this one, if you want to put some condition also, yes you can. I mean to say, here to do slot loop method is there, right? To do length more than 2 or something, then only I want to keep then only I want to keep miss greater than 0, and then I want to print this one also. Yes, you can keep like this condition. It should be greater than 0, then only I want to loop it, otherwise I don't want to loop like that. If you want to put some condition also, it will work. You got me or not? Okay, that's what I mean to say. Clear? So like this we can the HTML only I can keep HTML conditions also. Okay, and I can pass the values also. All these are going to support by JSX. Okay, all these things are going to be support JSX. We will be able to see also. Okay, so why JSX is a make it default one means because of ES62, ES7, 8 features are supporting. What are the ES6 features? We have discussed class syntax, arrow functions we have discussed, variables we have discussed, let constant, var, arrow methods, map method, destructuring, okay, and rest and spread operator, okay, modules, ternary operator also, spread operator also. Okay, so already we discussed these things. Agree? In the example also, I think our React fragment also we have discussed. I no need to specify. And here I dynamic values printing also I discussed, right? One value. If I have some variable and I want to print also, I can. Okay, if I want to put some condition also, I can. Like this is called arrow function. See, till now pure function component I have used. Now I don't want to use function component. Let me show you one arrow function also. Same app component only. Okay, same app component only. I don't want to use function keyword. See, function keyword app component and return something. Instead of writing like this, you can keep function normal like this also. Arrow function. This is called arrow function or lambda expression. Normally real time nowadays people are using this type of writing this type of components only, because latest one functional components are getting more popular. Even see now, even website also they have given functional components only, because after React hooks concept came, this is more popular. We will go in depth, no worries, but just concentrate more on functional components. Till React 16 version, all the people concentrated on class component only. Any logic if you want to integrate, class components only popular. But after React 16.16 version, we got a concept called React hooks concept, where we can manage the state and props in functional components also. From there onwards, functional components are getting more popular. And this one, even functional components, arrow functions are getting more popular, because less code and scope of this operator also will be there inside that particular component only. That's the reason people are getting more concentrate on this one, improve the performance also. Because of that reason, all the people are preferring to go ahead with this arrow function. So just concentrate. You can see now same function component and this one same only. Okay, same, but the syntax will different. Here will not have the function keyword we don't have, function name also we don't have. Instead of that, we will be mentioning like this, like anonymous function, and this arrow will be the new one. Remaining this business logic you will be specifying, nothing new. Okay, and here you
Then
can
what
put the condition. Yeah, sorry.
if you want to export, right? So if you want to export this
Yeah,
default,
obviously. Yeah, sorry, if you want to see this output, we have to export it, otherwise we cannot see output. Okay, default app. Okay, we have to specify, otherwise we cannot get it. We will not get the output. Okay, now your question also, let me show you. See, I'm able to see the output, right? Here also I can reload it, I'll be getting the same output. Okay, but I don't keep this export, I'll not see the output. Got it or not? As I did not export it, I cannot import it in my index.js file. So obviously we will not get it. You see, right? I'm trying to import here, but I did not export there. How can I import? Got it? Got it, right? Am I clear or not? Okay, fine, right? Yes.
yeah.
And you can see some IDs also. These things we can discuss. This is what simple example I just mentioned. The arrow functions are very important. Just please consider this one more. Syntax only, just remember, nothing new. Here instead of that, you see now normally instead of keeping like this, now if you don't want to keep means function Yeah, if you keep like this also fine. Both things will be same. Okay, so same thing you will be getting.
But
Okay,
which is
done.
recommended?
You,
Which is recommended? Using function recommended or like
arrow,
whatever?
arrow. That's what I'm saying clearly. So arrow functions are recommending this function, this type of function, normal function declaration. The scope of this is different. But when it comes to here, the syntax also will be less. You know to keep function keyword. You know to keep that this normal one, right? So this arrow symbol is fine, and scope of this operator will be different. Unique to this one only. Outside you cannot access. I mean, the performance wise, this is recommending. Everyone is preferring to go ahead with this one only nowadays. Recommended is this one only. This is ES6 feature. We are not only that is the scope operator, the other features also there. And syntax wise, it will be less. I showed, I think I can, if it is one line of code, condition one thing, instead of writing this much code, you can directly write one line of code. Oh, sorry, someone is saying.
Constant should also be there. Constant app arrow.
Um,
Arrow. Both the things
exactly.
should be different.
Either const or either a letter. Some variable you have to assign. All this function response you are assigning to this variable. Or you can use var also fine, no issue. Scope of the let and var difference is var is global scope variable, let and constants are block scope variables. Var is global scope variable, let and constants are global scope block scope variables. What do you mean by block? Means every function is one block. Or you can see here I have one block. Okay, if condition or do while loop condition, for loop condition is one block. If I define any variable inside the if condition, outside that if condition you cannot access.
Okay.
Constant letter you cannot access outside that variable. But if I define the same variable by using var, if inside if condition also outside I can access, because var is global scope variable, as simple as it is. Fine, you got me? Is it
Yes,
clear,
yes.
right? Yeah, tomorrow onwards, see, these are the JSX syntaxes. Okay, so if you want to get more, I mean, even official website also we have seen. So that much only they have provided. Whatever frequently we are going to use, those things I have mentioned in my material also. See, you can go through it. I'll share this code also. Okay, I think all the things I have specified, but still, if you want to practice more, you can. Okay, and tomorrow onwards we will be using the syntaxes. I'll be using the syntaxes, but where from where it coming, we should know. That's the reason I just included all the things together now itself. Okay, tomorrow onwards we will be using all these things, params, props, that parameter data, sharing one component to another component, all the things we'll be using. Okay, and this is rendering HTML code. How come directly writing means? Because of JSX. If I don't keep JSX means that will not work for us. Okay, we'll discuss tomorrow onwards. We'll start components, how we can play create a component, what are the components, what is the how many ways we can create a component, all the things we'll discuss tomorrow onwards. Got it? Anyone
You
have
have
any?
shared React material, right? So course material, it's a folder. We need to download that folder, right?
Yes, yes. That is
Okay.
core material. Daily we will be sharing the code. That is core material. Theory purpose, I just shared that one. Practical
Okay.
purpose, daily, whatever practices we are going to do, whatever concept wise code, I will share it again. Code also, I'll be sharing daily basis. That is for theory purpose. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So every day you will be sharing the session link also, right?
Yes, yes. Before 1 hour or half an hour before, I'll be sharing this mailing meeting link also. Okay,
Okay.
that meeting link you can click on it, you can join it. Okay. After the class, again same thing I told yesterday also. 7:15 to 8:15 class, 8:15 to 8:25, 8:30 will be doubt session. If no doubts means we'll leave her at 8:15. If anyone want to go also 8:15 after we can go, because if you have doubts you can. Otherwise optional for us. Okay. Anyone have any doubts, ask me. Otherwise, we can leave for the day.
So
Um,
everything should be defined in the app thing. That is like a main class, I can say, right?
Agree, but we can access tomorrow. We'll see. Not only app component, whatever root component we are mentioning. See, now I don't want to see app component. I want to see only first component. Your question. Now you can see only first component only will be able to see. I cannot see app component. I have to import it. Sorry, because I am trying to access only first component, or maybe React component, whatever Redux some component we created, right? That component. Okay, okay. Again, some stupid while creating component, we made a mistake like this, right? That's why. Okay, first component. Here, first component is expecting in the form of properties. So we are not passing props, so otherwise, maybe I'll be passing. Otherwise, you can leave it. No issue. I just want to remove this one because I don't want to make my life complex. Okay, leave it like this because we'll discuss that one later. I don't want to mess up. Okay. See, I for
Okay.
your question purpose, because you are thinking like app component is always we have to place. No, whatever component you want to make it root component, you can make it. Like login page, I want to see first. You can make that one component login page first. Our dashboard component you want to see first. Yes, you can make it that component as a dashboard component. You can place it whatever component will place here, that component first it will come.
Okay. Okay. Means
So
like
we can't.
in the real
Hmm.
time, like suppose login page would be there. So that is my like a app component, the first page. So that from there,
Hmm.
like we will be defining the other pages that we have. Those things we will be calling here in this login page. So that it would
Yes,
be a
we will not
combination.
call from login page. We will be having routing concept actually, because
Oh,
login page we will be having routing concept. That routing concept page, like see, once we logged in, we'll be navigating to dashboard page. There you will have some other login links, other menus, right? All the menus, each one component. Those things we will
oh,
be keeping. Okay.
okay.
Like that, because one page we cannot keep all the things. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Means
our
like
React is a single page application. Always it should be rendering only one page at a time. So that thing also we should cover, and this one also. That's the reason. Okay.
okay.
We'll discuss that one. I'll show you practically. We make situation and we'll see also. Concept wise, we'll go. Okay.
So in the root dot render method, right? You can't pass more than one component here, or you have to pass only one component here.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You will be able to access that one also. You can access this one also.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, whatever
Oh,
component, because in Angular, like the Angular also it is supporting now. We no problem, whatever thing, how many components you want to call it in the root level, you can call it. Maybe what is that, we have another component called the rest example, right? That also fine, you can call it. But we have to import it actually. In this case, in our case, whatever wherever you want to access in our React, we have to import that component over there. That is one thing we have to remember. Remind other places, if you don't import, it will not work. You got me?
What is the shortcut key you are using to import?
Control space. Select it and
Control.
control space.
Okay.
Select it and control space. It will import for you.
control space. Okay.
Yeah. If, for example, I don't have this one, so I need to import it. Without that, I'll get error. You can see. So I want to make it fixed. So what you can do, whatever component is there, that one selected, control space. You can get that suggestion and you can select it. You are good.
Like in the left side, like all these default things will be coming automatically if you create any of the app index.css, index.js, all those things.
All these things we have, it was created by create-react-app. Yesterday we have
Okay.
run this command, so that was created all the things. Tomorrow I'll explain, because now we are good with the JSX, right? Tomorrow I'll be explaining each and every line why we have this one, when it came. This simple command create me total project for me.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I have tried that one. Like
Hmm.
npx, it would be taking the latest, the current one. and
Yes.
npm would be taking the older one. Actually what I am doing means I have taken the older one and I am trying with npx. I got the error, so npx I have taken the latest file and I have tried. I got this one and as well as this one also. Okay.
Yeah, because what is happening, NPX means yesterday I told, right? First it will install the software, then after it execute the command. So
Right,
whatever
right,
the
right.
installation means, it will install the latest one. Then after it, this command will execute. So obviously, you what you told that will true. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Okay then. Any other doubts anyone having? Let me know. Otherwise, we can leave for the day. I shared the material, so anyone not received, just send me. Let me know. I'll be sending again. Okay, through Drive because mail I cannot share JS file, so that's why through Drive. And daily basis we will be sharing. And if I go ahead with this go to meeting means I can record also. If any missed class only I'll be sharing because I cannot. If I say like that, no one will join. I'm sure. I faced already. So if any unfortunate situation happen for anyone meeting or deployment project is this deployment like that situation or some health issues, that time if you ask me, I'll share it. Other places I cannot. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. If you miss, if you want to recollect one more time, you can rejoin next 6 months anytime at one more time, free of cost. Okay. Yeah. That's all. Okay then. Thank you all. We'll resume tomorrow same timings.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.